welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. It is not something that is super glamorous, an eyeshadow, wing liner, fierce contour, intense highlight. This is something that is toned down a lot. And the best part is I'm using all drugstore products for those of you that really enjoy drugstore like myself. And there are some hidden gems in there, so don't ever underestimate any drugstore products. So this is just a beautiful, dewy, bronzy skin look with super simple eyes. I literally only just applied mascara, but what you can do is take the highlight that I use in this video and just put it all over the lids, and it's just going to add that beautiful sheen to the eyes where it's just going to make them pop, or you could put it in the inner corner just to add something extra. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get started. I tank top because it is super duper hot, so disregard that. But all I have done is I took my NYX Tame Frame Tinted Brow Pomade and my Maybelline Brow Drama Brow Gel, and I just put both of those on. So since it's summer and it's super duper hot outside, you're going to want to prime your face. If you don't find this step necessary, then you don't have to. I was going to use my NYX Angel Veil, but that one is $15, so I went a little bit cheaper. And this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. The appearance of pores. It makes it look really smooth and just gives you a really smooth canvas to start with. So I just take that in between my fingers and rub it together like that, and then I put that all over the skin, and I just, once I get to like this part, once I get to the cheeks, I like to pat it in so I know that the primer isn't just sitting on top of the skin and it got really nice and incorporated in there to cover up all of this ugliness right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro BB cream and then my Maybelline Dream Bronze BB. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up my BB cream. I'm going to take a little bit on the back of my hand, like that. This is in the shade Neutral, in case you were wondering. And then I'm going to take the Bronze BB, and this is in number 10 Light Medium. And I'm literally just going to squirt just a little tiny bit of this because it's going to add a lot of bronziness to our skin. And then I'm just going to mix them both on the back of my hand and then go in and dot it where I need the coverage. And then I'm just going to take my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge and I'm just going to really push it into the skin. This is going to give a really natural finish, and it's not going to be too heavy on the skin. And of course, it's a BB cream, so it's not going to provide that full coverage that everyone is used to seeing me use. This gives a really nice light medium coverage, so I really like that. And then I'm going to go in what's on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to pat that on my cheeks. So as you can see, it gave me a really bronzy, dewy glow to my skin. It doesn't look like it is overdone, and it doesn't look like I have too much makeup on. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I've really been liking this. It is a little bit too light, so I'm just literally putting on a little tiny bit. And because it is so light, I want to go ahead and even out that highlight. So I literally put a tiny bit because I go super crazy with my concealer. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on and blending it out. Honestly, into the skin, it just kind of melts, and you just don't need that much product anyway because it has really good coverage and it has a really nice finish as well. Next, I'm going to take my AIrspun loose face powder, which you can find this at Walgreens. I've seen this at Walmart. I have not seen it at Target, but it is the best setting powder for underneath the eye. Splurge a little bit and get a really nice setting powder for all over the face. The Laura Mercier one is super amazing too. So then I'm just going to pack this underneath my eye. I do this even when I am not doing a full face of makeup because my concealer creases so bad that I want everything to be set in stone and set. It's really going to get some product on there tap off any excess and just go over my skin. Since we're still on the skin, we're just gonna go ahead and finish up the skin because the eyes are super duper simple. So I'm gonna take this NYC Sunny bronzer and I'm going to take a big powder brush and I'm just going to take some of that, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna bronze. This is a very matte powder. It has no shimmer to it, but we're going to bring in some of that light and that depth with a shimmery bronzer. So this, I just really wanted to add definition to my face, bring back my features from really mattifying them down and making them look less visible. And I'm going to go in with this Milani Baked Bronzer in the color Soleil. This is a beautiful, beautiful, very orangey bronzer. I don't know if you can see. Here's a little swatch. It's not super pigmented, but that is something that I like about it because pour my brush into this, tap off any excess, and I'm just literally going to go over those parts that we bronzed just to add that bronzy glow into this. And then I'm going to go in with another Milani product, and this is the Milani Baked Blush in the color Luminoso. Beautiful, beautiful peach color. Super, super pretty for spring and summer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and apply it to the apples of the cheeks and blend it back. And then taking that same dual fiber and just brushing off this powder. You can see it doesn't add too much of that highlighted effect. It just gives that really nice set and matte look. And then going in with highlighter, this has been one of my favorite highlighters for a really long time now. Wet n Wild Fergie highlighter in the color Hollywood Boulevard. Everyone has been loving this. I'm like, girl, where have you been since I found this? I found this in February and everyone is just jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm just going to take a big fan brush, dip it into that product, tap off any excess, and then I'm just going to add it on the tops of the cheekbones for that really pretty glow. As you can see, it gives like that super nice sun-kissed look. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you guys have tried any of the other Wet n Wild highlights because I really, really like them. So I just added this to the cheekbones, the tops of the forehead, a little bit on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow, and just a little tiny bit on the chin. And you can see it just adds so much dimension and it really glows up the skin. I'm gonna put on some mascara. Load it on, girl. Don't be afraid. Love beautiful, thick, voluminous lashes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish off the lip color. And in case you were wondering what mascara I use on my top and lower lashes, I used my Maybelline Lash Sensational in Black is Black. I really love this mascara. It gives a lot of length and a lot of volume. And we're going to finish this off with the lips. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Rimmel London Show Off Lip Velvet in the color Atomic Rose. So this is just a matte kind. I will explain this like a liquid lipstick because I wore it on its own a few months back and it lasted a really long time. It lasted through eating and all that good stuff. If you want an even cheaper version, I really like the Wet n Wild Just Peachy lipstick, but I couldn't find it, so I needed to hurry up and just pick something. And this was the second best thing I had to peachy. You can go ahead and leave it as is, or you can go ahead and finish it off with the gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brûlée. I'm actually scraping this because it is one of my favorite nude glosses and I barely have any product left. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this onto my lips. I use my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set just to really hydrate the skin and add some freshness back into it. So lock it in and make all the powders mesh into one instead of just having layer on layer on layer. As you can see, it just added this beautiful dewy glow to the skin, but we did use a primer that's going to help the oil not go through, and we set it with a translucent powder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super quick, super simple. This is something that I will be doing a lot in the summer because 1, it takes no time, 2, it is not a lot of heavy makeup, and 3, you just look really beautiful and you're enhancing your natural features. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!